Fire was originally intended to be the first installment of a trilogy. The planned sequels were titled The Far City and Cody's Return, envisioning a continuation of the captivating narrative. When Streets of Fire hit the silver screen, it carried with it the ambitious vision of being the inaugural chapter of a thrilling trilogy. The planned sequels, titled The Far City and Cody's Return, promised to build upon the narrative that was anticipated to captivate audiences. However, despite the initial intentions and the enthusiasm surrounding the idea, the trilogy never materialized, leaving fans disappointed. A trilogy would have been a great opportunity to delve deeper into the intricacies of the film's universe, explore the past, as well as the fates of the characters, and introduce new storylines that would further enchant and engage viewers. Unfortunately, several factors contributed to the eventual abandonment of this grand plan. One significant hurdle in realizing the envisioned trilogy was the performance of Streets of Fire itself. While the film has since gained a devoted cult following, it did not achieve the expected commercial success upon its initial release. The box office returns fell short of expectations, leading to financial concerns and a reluctance from the studio to greenlight the sequels. For some strange reason, despite its unique blend of genres and stylistic choices, Streets of Fire did not seem to resonate with the mainstream audiences at the time. I liken it to when Big Trouble in Little China came out. What seemed to be the perfect blend of story coupled with an actor like Kurt Russell and helmed by a stellar director like John Carpenter. Big Trouble also fell flat at the box office, and I believe marketing the films back then was far less sophisticated, compared to today. And so audiences simply didn't know what to expect going to see either one of these films. Moreover, the changing landscape of the film industry also played a part in the trilogy's demise. The years following the release of Streets of Fire witnessed a shift in audience preferences, with a great demand for franchises, sequels, and established intellectual properties. Studios became more risk-averse, favoring established brands with built-in fan bases. Unfortunately, Streets of Fire lacked the recognition and widespread acclaim that was needed to secure the necessary backing for 2 follow-up films. Additionally, logistical challenges and scheduling conflicts further hindered the realization of the sequels. Michael Pare, relatively unknown at the time, was chosen as the film's protagonist, despite considering actors like Tom Cruise, Mickey Rourke, and Richard Gere, and Eric Roberts, for example. Director Walter Hill sought someone who could embody the character's youthful yet edgy nature, leading him to cast Pare as the enigmatic hero. Before his breakthrough role in Streets of Fire, Michael Pare had already in the late 1970s, appearing in several television shows such as The Greatest American Hero, The Eddie Capra Mysteries, and Cagney and Lacey. These early television roles allowed him to gain experience and establish a presence in the industry. In 1981, Pare landed a significant role in the critically acclaimed film Eddie and the Cruisers, which garnered him attention for his portrayal of Eddie Wilson, the lead singer of a fictional rock band. This role showcased Pare's musical abilities as well as he performed several songs for the film's soundtrack. Following Eddie and the Cruisers, Pare continued to work steadily, appearing in films like The Philadelphia Experiment in 1984 and Enemy Territory, which is in Streets of Fire marked a turning point in Pare's career, bringing him increased recognition and opening doors to more prominent roles. Following the film's release, he continued to work in the industry, starring in movies such as The Philadelphia Experiment 2, Bad Moon, and The Virgin Suicides.
Trivia moment.
Let's get behind the wheel. In the casting process for Streets of Fire, Amy Madigan, who had initially been asked to audition for the role of Cody's sister, saw an opportunity to take on a different...
Turned out to be terrific in the film.
Originally, McCoy's character was envisioned as Hispanic, and actors like Edward James Olmos were considered for the part. However, Madigan saw the potential to bring her own unique interpretation to the role. She saw McCoy as a tough, street-smart character with a touch of vulnerability, and her determination paid off. Her performance showcased a perfect blend of grit, charisma, and a certain unexpectedness that added depth to the character. As a result, Madigan secured the role, and her portrayal of McCoy became one of the standout performances in the film. Diane Lane's involvement in Streets of Fire marked a significant point in her early career as an actress. At the timing of filming, Lane was a young and promising talent, only 18 years old, approximately. Despite her age, Lane approached the project with dedication and professionalism that showcased her commitment to burgeoning acting career. Now, controversy did indeed surround Diane Lane's age during the production of Streets of Fire. Some reports suggested that she was actually underage, which raised concerns about the appropriateness of certain scenes and the working conditions for a minor. Diane Lane has spoken positively about her experience working on the film.
I can't imagine a better grouping of people to survive each other for 5 months and still, have the glint in your eye from liking everybody.
In various interviews over the years, she has mentioned her appreciation for the unique style and atmosphere of the movie. Lane has acknowledged that the film's cult following. Rick Moranis' involvement in Streets of Fire marked a departure from his usual comedic roles. In the film, Moranis portrays the character Billy Fish, a sleazy and opportunistic music manager. The role allowed Moranis to showcase his versatility as an actor by taking on a more dynamic and morally ambiguous character. Moranis' performance as Billy Fish was well received by both audiences and critics. His portrayal added a touch of dark humor to the film and contributed to the overall eclectic mix of characters in the story. Moranis' ability to bring depth and complexity to his role demonstrated his talent as an actor beyond comedy. He's spoken positively about his experience working on the film as well. He appreciated the opportunity to explore a different type of character and be part of a unique and visually striking project. In Streets of Fire, the filmmakers wanted to bring an authentic and gritty feel to the portrayal of the biker gang known as the Bombers, to achieve adaptations to their bikes, leathers, hairstyles, and beards. These adjustments were made to create a cohesive and stylized look for the Bombers and to enhance their on-screen presence. The production design team behind Streets of Fire aimed to create a visually striking and distinctive world for the film. To achieve this, they expertly blended elements from different eras, resulting in a unique retro-futuristic aesthetic that was both familiar and intriguing. The film's setting had a pronounced 1950s vibe, evoking a nostalgic and slightly gritty atmosphere amid punk-inspired fashion, leather jackets, torn jeans, and bold accessories that reflected the edgier fashion trends of the time. This fusion of 1950s and 1980s created a unique visual juxtaposition, blending the
Try it again, punk.
Hey, the knife sequence involving a butterfly knife was not originally scripted. However, Michael Pare's background as a chef and his proficiency with knives led him to grab a knife from another actor on the set and demonstrate his skillful handling. Impressed, the filmmakers incorporated the sequence into the movie, earning Pare rare praise from producer Joel Silver. The music. However, they regretted that decision and saw the opportunity to be part of Streets of Fire as a chance for redemption. Played a crucial role in capturing the movie's essence, right? Walter Hill's childhood ideas heavily influenced the filming process, creating a captivating blend of Western aesthetics, motorcycles, neon lights, rock music, and thrilling shootouts. Aligning the songs with the tone of the film and the actors, the inclusion of I Can Dream About You in Streets of Fire turned out to be a stroke of serendipity. The song, performed by Dan Hartman, became one of the film's most memorable elements, despite not being originally written for the movie. Its popularity not only enhanced the film's soundtrack, but also brought wider recognition to the talented artists behind it. I Can Dream About You was released as a single by Dan Hartman in 1984, a year prior to the release of Streets of Fire. The song was originally featured on Hartman's self-titled album, which received modest success. However, its association with the film propelled it to new heights and made it a major hit. So the decision to include I Can Dream About You in Streets of Fire was made after the film was already in production. Director Walter Hill felt the song perfectly captured the mood and themes of the film, and its inclusion added an additional layer of emotional resonance to the narrative, especially the romance story between Pare and Lane. The success of I Can Dream About You in conjunction with Streets of Fire helped solidify Dan Hartman's reputation as a talented musician and further establish the song as one of his signature hits. Well, there you have it, friends. Thanks for joining me as we explored a true gem of 80s cinema that not many know about. I'll say it again, if you haven't seen Streets of Fire, I highly recommend giving it a watch. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more movie-related content like this. Also, let me know in the comments if there are any other cult classics you'd like me to explore in a longer retrospective in the future. Hey, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay rad.